once I knock out Mike Perry, Conor McGregor, let's run it, but you won't do it because you know what's going to happen. You saw what I did to Nate Diaz, who you went toe-to-toe with. So Conor McGregor, lay off the cocaine, get in the gym, and start winning fights, and then maybe we can have a conversation.
Jake Paul is back with another attention-grabbing move, challenging Conor McGregor to a fight scheduled for next May.
Jake Paul made the call-out video. He disrespected Conor McGregor.
Let's be honest. Jake Paul's strategy is as clear as his boxing skills. Target aging legends to boost his so-called legacy. After eyeing Mike Tyson, a man old enough to be his father, Jake now sets his sights on McGregor, who hasn't achieved anything significant in years.
Jake Paul training with professional boxers, essentially being a professional boxer, but getting in the ring with non-boxers or geriatric groups. He's not doing.
Jake Paul avoids facing anyone in their prime. Why risk losing to a real challenge when he can cherry-pick opponents past their peak? It's pathetic. If Jake truly wanted to prove himself, he'd fight someone his own age and strength. But of course, that wouldn't fit his narrative. Now he's targeting Conor McGregor. Yes, the McGregor who hasn't won a fight since 2021, with a legacy as shaky as his left leg post-Poirier. Jake, in his infinite wisdom, cue sarcasm, announced this like he's solving world hunger. The fight set in India for 2025, proving his career thrives on pure spectacle.
Why doesn't he just get in the ring with you? He's on Twitter, he's on his yacht, he's on cocaine, but he's not in the ring with me.
And then there's ESPN's Sav Bender, the journalist who stirred the pot with a tweet claiming Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor might happen in July, August, or September 2025. Oh, and in India, because why not? Nothing screams serious boxing like an exotic backdrop and a date so far off, we might forget how pointless the matchup is. Sav's tweet ignited social media like wildfire, flooding Twitter with likes, retweets, memes, and commentary. The brilliance of it. It confirms nothing but keeps everyone talking. Whether Sao is a chaos agent or a PR genius is debatable, but he's achieved one thing: keeping Jake Paul in the headlines, exactly what Jake wants. Let's not forget Jake's so-called victory over Mike Tyson. Stepping into the ring with a 58-year-old retiree, Jake celebrated as if he'd just conquered the heavyweight division. The outcome? A unanimous decision in Jake's favor, about as shocking as sunrise. Jake's strategy was clear: avoid getting knocked out by a pensioner, flex for the cameras, and turn mediocrity into spectacle. Now he's targeting McGregor, a fighter past his prime. For Conor, it's about the paycheck. For Jake, it's another desperate grasp at validation. This isn't boxing, it's attention-seeking at its finest.
Conor McGregor just tweeted at me because of this interview.
He has to get active again. You know, who knows when that's going to happen.
These are his tweets, and here's my response. Conor. You're more active on Twitter than you are in the octagon. Stop taking Trenbolone and start taking fights. You're more actively cheating on your wife than you are in the octagon. Your priorities are mixed up. Put down the bottle and get back to fighting. You haven't won a fight in 5 fucking years, and the last time you did was against Cowboy Cerrone, who hasn't won a fight against anyone since fighting you. I'm a nobody, you say in this tweet. Well, yeah, you're right. I'm just a fucking kid from Ohio. I really am a nobody, but this is where you fought your 6th fight. There's literally 2 people in the crowd. And this is where I'm gonna be fighting my 6th fight. Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing. August 6th. I know you'll be watching, kid.
Financially, the fight makes sense. That's the only reason it's even being discussed. Jake Paul's entire career is built on turning controversy into cash. The bigger the name, the louder the noise, and Jake plays that game better than anyone. But this isn't about advancing his boxing career. It's about avoiding real competition. Conor McGregor, once the UFC's untouchable king, is now clinging to scraps of his former glory. The man who terrified opponents and charmed millions now sells whiskey and tweets cringeworthy rants. His last notable moment? Snapping his leg against Dustin Poirier in 2021. Since then, inactivity has defined him.
Look, Connor is not what he once was. And so even beating him, it still looks good on somebody's resume.
But in low-risk, high-pay exhibition matches. Essentially cash grabs that won't further tarnish his fragile legacy. Enter Jake Paul, the YouTube star turned boxer, who somehow makes McGregor seem classy by comparison. Jake, ever the clout chaser, challenged McGregor, met with radio silence, not even a tweet or Instagram post. Maybe Connor knows what a joke this would be, or he's busy filming his next whiskey ad. If he takes the fight, it's a paycheck, but risks his legacy. Reject it, and he misses a rare chance to stay relevant.
No mistake, it will be a trilogy fight down the line. It won't be straight away, but we will do it 3 times, 100%.
Let's be real. This fight won't mean much for combat sports. It's all about spectacle over skill, drama over discipline. Boxing purists will cringe, MMA fans will groan, and casual viewers will tune in for the memes, not the moves. Jake Paul doesn't care about legitimacy. He's after cash. For McGregor, it's another opportunity to avoid the octagon while collecting a paycheck. The fight itself will be a glorified sparring session, marketed as a once-in-a-lifetime event. Jake's career, if you can call it that, thrives on controversy. This fight is all about inflating his brand and bank account, win or lose.
Conor McGregor calls out Jake Paul for the next boxing fight. Here it is.
Make a new name for yourself. Look at what has happened to Michael Perry. You know, one of our big stars here, the king of violence, he titles himself. And, you know, he's had such a rise in the sport. Now he's up against, you know, a little dweeb of a thing in a fight this weekend that we're all rooting for him.
Here we are, watching this circus unfold in slow motion. McGregor, once a fearsome warrior, is now a shadow of his former self. Jake Paul, a meme factory thriving on chaos, and Saul Vendor stirring the pot just enough to keep the madness alive. Whether the fight happens or not, the damage is done. Boxing, MMA, and anyone who values sportsmanship lose, while Jake laughs all the way to the bank. For him, it's never been about the fight, it's about attention. And he knows how to get it. Regardless of the outcome, Jake will milk this for all it's worth.